It's time for me to start my planting. I'm really late in this, and I just wanted to share with you, fellow twisters, what I've done. I've gone to my local co-op, because if you go to any other big box stores, you're going to pay Bonnie's prices, which is $3 and $4 for just one little tray like this. This I went to my co-op, and I have 4 around, and paid $1.75 for these 3. But if you look real close, you will see that I have more than one plant in several of those. I have 2 in those. Over here, I have big boys. I do have just 3. No, here's one. I'm wrong. This one here, big boy, I have 2 in this cell. And over here, wow, I have, let me pull this over. I have 3 in this cell, and this is for big beef, big beef, and 4 for $1.75. I mean, really, this is fabulous. And so for $1.75, I've gotten 4 in this cell, and 4 in this cell, and 5 in this cell, and these are better boys. So each one of these, and the other tip that I have is I take off the suckers, and that's the little ones that grow between, and I replant those. So I can really have quite a few plants for very little money. And I'm going to show you around the garden that we have here that my husband has worked so hard on, and I'll be right back. Kind of trim up and kind of show you what I've done from the tomato plants that we bought, and showed you how to buy them and how much to get more for your money. Now I'm going to show you more how to get more for your money. Now this is a tomato plant, and we've got it staked up. My husband, he puts the tomato clips on there, and we string them up. And here in a minute, this one kind of came out. Let me see. I buy these by the bag. Oh, yeah, Diane. Okay, so here we go. And they're supposed to clip in the back, and it's supposed to lock it in, and then it clicks in the front. And so it keeps it upright. Now, as you know, we're here to grow tomatoes and not leaves. And so let me show you how I prune and take care of them. As you can see here, I have Epsom salts here, and I put in about a half a cup or around it, because it needs the magnesium. And I should have been out here earlier, but I've been doing some other things. So here is the tomato plant, the ones that you saw. And I'm going to show you how to augment your yield or your plants without buying any more. And I'll show you. We're going to take the suckers off. Suckers are, as you can see right here, this is the regular leaves, and this is the sprouts between them. And what I do is I just cut those off. And there's usually quite a few. And even they will grow suckers. Anything between the stem, and I just pinch them off with my finger if they're small enough, or just cut them off. Now I'm going to replant this. And this is what I do. I just cut off the bottom part, and to make sure there aren't any other suckers. And then also, I kind of cut back the leaves, because again, we're not trying to grow leaves, and we don't need them in order to put, and I'll put them in some water, and then they will root. And I'm going to put several of them in here. This is just one of my ball jars, and I brought that out. Now here's the string. Any string you can use. And then here there's 200 in a bag. Now they get very brittle and go from year to year, but this is what they look like. And I hope you can see that. The string goes in here, and then the plant goes between, and then you lock it. And you can unlock it. You see it's locked in just by squeezing this and pushing that back out. Very easy clips. As I said, they're easy enough to do. And so here I am going up, and here I have found, here, let me kind of trim these back down here. I'm going to trim all of this back because we don't want all of these leaves. And I'm just, yeah. So here is another sucker. Here's the main leaf. Here's the main, and then we're just going to cut that off. And we're just going to cut the bottoms off and make sure. And that's another. These are all better boys. And we're going to, here's another one. So far, just from this one plant, look at that. Isn't that great? We're going to get 3 so far. 3 more plants. And when they grow up, they'll have suckers. So you can either throw them away. And I'm just going to clip these back a little bit. And right here, we have one more. Here's one more. I'm not going to keep that one necessarily. And clip these back. And so you can see. And also, when you clip it back, you can see whether you have tomato hornworms, and they're easier to see if you don't have all of this foliage there hiding it. They want to hide from your foliage in there, and so that's what they eat. So here it is, and this one I've done, and if they're kind of yellow, just clip off the yellow part and just kind of knead it up. And I think I'm going to put one more of those clips, so when it grows up, I'll put that in the middle. Yeah. And oops, I missed. Okay, we just get it down. Oh, that broke. Okay, that's brittle. Yep, that's why you buy lots. Okay, so here, there that is on the inside, and clip. And so that'll, and as that sprouts up, see here we even have some tomatoes growing. And here's another sucker. I'm just going to snip that off with my fingers if they're, you know, small enough. And then here's my ones that I'm going to replant, and on the other side of my box. And I'm going to pan up so you can see in our where we have the wire, and we've gone wire on the other side, the thinner one. But here's the wire, and here's the clips. So as these things grow, then we can, yeah, just keep trimming them up, and they get bigger, and I think that's awesome. And then, of course, each plant, here, this one here, let me see if I can do this one more. This one is quite bushy and needs tending to, so I'm going to start at the bottom. And this is another sucker. And the sucker is saying that it has nutrients. It sucks out all the, yeah. See, in this right here, I just need to, and here's a sucker. And here, and these are kind of yellowed. And going to put in, here's another little one, a little sucker. And here's a bigger one between the main and the leaf. And here that is. That's not too bad. I might plant that one and put them all in there too. And then down here, I take all this off down here. I take all the, here's another one right here. This is another huge sucker. Wow, big time. Yeah, cut all those back so they can, and look how many plants just off of, there's 2 plants I'm going to be able to grow, let's see, 6 new ones. And all I paid was $1.75, if you remember. I covered that at the beginning of this video. And so we're going to take off all these leaves that are kind of dry and kind of funky looking. We don't need, as they say, you don't need to be, but you certainly do need to know where your sucker, here's one hiding here, and yep, and here's a, right there, more tomatoes growing, and I think I'm going to clip. Sometimes I just throw a whole bunch of these on the ground, and so I have them at the ready. And I put that string in that one place and lock it in. And then, whoops, I need to come up a little higher. Lock that in. Yep, and snap it into place, and it supports it as it grows higher. So that's how I multiply. I don't spend any more money than, yeah. Just let it, yeah. And then the magnesium, the Epsom salts, put this over here. So all of these, when they root again, will be put on this other side of the box. These are 4 feet boxes. And when they root, and I've also just stuck them in the ground. They don't do as well, but you certainly can just make a hole and stick it in it, and they will grow. So I got 6 more plants out of 2 that I just kind of took the suckers out and putting my magnesium and Epsom salts. I buy this at Walmart. I know they're very cheap, and they're in the pharmacy. So there we go, and I'm going to continue on down and pull the suckers and trim all the dead stuff away, and then I'm going to water them in. So that's the end. That's my tips and tricks and how to not spend very much money on tomato plants, because you can augment what you have by taking the suckers off and rooting them. And just keep checking on your plants as you walk down, and just kind of take them out of the middle with your finger when they are starting to come here in between your main plant, and then just stick them in water or stick them straight in the ground. Totally up to you. So that's it for now. Please like and subscribe, and happy growing tomatoes, lots of them, because we can them. We make spaghetti sauce. Oh, there's just so many things you can do with tomatoes. And that's it for now. Bye.